Do I sound
Uh,
too loud?
uh, welcome to Timmy's Fun Time Hour. I'm your host, Timmy.
Hey, Rim Tim, how you feeling today?
Oh, fuck.
That's good. You're hydrating.
No, I'm dehydrating. Coffee is a dehydratic.
I know. I was being sarcastic.
No, I don't think. I think you probably. No, I think I just taught you something,
I mean, it's got water in it.
but very little.
Have you been auditioning
Mostly
lately?
beans. It's mostly beans.
Uh-huh. Have you been auditioning lately?
For what, John?
For all the shows. All those shows.
You still haven't accepted the reality that it's over, John, have you?
That acting is over.
The whole thing, everything. I think it's really funny that man, celebrities are really trying to hang on to this thing.
They're like,
They're really trying to convince you that they're
hey,
still celebrities and that it's not all over.
I can stay in there.
Remember that before this all I was a celebrity. Before this all started. Remember though, I was different than you.
Remember the Avengers?
Remember how different I was. Look at my house. It's much bigger than yours. That's still proof that I'm different than you. I'll sing a song. I'll sing a song. Maybe, and I'll invite my celebrity. Dude, I read this article, and shit you not, on just my convenient news app on my phone that gives you all the best news curated for your pleasure. Anyways, this article comes up about how this Hollywood agent is just still hosting the fanciest parties over like Zoom. And you go,
Really?
yes. And like where shit like Josh Groban is singing for Tina Fey, and you go, really, guys?
Josh
You're
Groban is
still
singing for
hanging
Tina
on to
Fey.
this thing. You dude, but like I mean, like your typical Hollywood mega party, right? Where like 200 celebrities, they're all doing it on like Zoom, and you go, still, and like it's exclusive, and it's still Hollywood exclusive.
You have to have a password to get into this party.
No, and it's the same thing, but digital. Like you have to know Drake's manager to get into this part, and you go, guys, it's over. It's all over. But there's still, it's like, and it's
There
weird to
are
me that they
some,
still want to, it's weird to me that like, because it's all networking and game stuff, right? Like
sure.
that's 90% of the reason you go to these parties is for networking and to keep your name relevant. You
I'm
go,
bad at that.
you do you even digitally you want to hang out with these, like, it's crazy.
I mean, yeah, it is. I mean, I don't know, but if you live on the internet, why would you go to one of those parties? I mean, have you actually tried one of the Google National Park tours or
Well,
the
no,
virtual tour?
I do all of my sightseeing online. That's fair. I never need to travel because I've seen it all online,
Did you
and
know?
I will
Did you know
continue. What?
they've done like a virtual tour of the International Space Station where they
Yeah,
take
that
like
sounds great.
a first person camera view through a space station. You
That
want to still go to like a Josh Groban party?
Yeah, no, that's great. I guess my point is that like the only reason these people are hanging out is to maintain their
Have a
celebrity
presence.
status, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
none of them like actually hanging out with each other, and then on top of it, online where you're not actually hanging out. So you
Yeah.
add, so it's like that you've added this level of like whatever social appeal that was minimal to begin with is
Yeah.
now a nothing, but they're still hanging on to this gotta stay relevant, and you go, relevancy is over. It's
It
done. You know
it
what's
does.
relevant right now? Face masks. That's
Yeah.
what's relevant.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? We saw Free Solo together, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we saw Free Solo, wasn't it during the movie I was like, this has ruined action movies for me forever.
I
Because like I'm looking at real life and death circumstances and I'm watching like this guy possibly die on screen. So when I think of that, I'm like, will we be as excited about the superhero movies after this is all over? Like, Like
Well,
after if
Free
the if you
Solo
know
didn't change action movies for anyone else. I guess just you.
but it's different because Free Solo. Like I'm just saying, it's that kind of feeling where like we're
No, but
living in a
dude, that's I
different
think
world now.
what's upsetting about the like learning about like these celebrity parts. You go, oh, we're not going to change it all if this blows over. Everything's just going to go back. Nothing's good. You know what's going to change? We're going to use a little more hand sanitizer, and everyone's going to have a face mask and put it on once in a while.
I think certain things will change. I
But
think
like I just listed them. Those certain things will change, but like everything else, we will have learned nothing.
I could see this happening. I could see more big companies going to only going to like only work from home, which could be bad for downtown
Oh, yeah,
districts and
but
it
who
could be
gives
bad
a
for like other
shit?
things.
But who gives a shit? Yeah, I mean, we were headed there anyway. More people working from home. More people were working from home than 10 years ago anyway. Before this thing, I mean, that was an inevitable. Automation's inevitability. Like that's all the same. But I mean, people's like what I'm saying, like the things that matter, perspective and priority. It's just gonna go back to the way it was. Our
Mm.
priorities won't have shifted much. At the end of this, we're gonna go, well, maybe Biden or Trump, and you go, who cares? Like
Yeah,
that
who
that
cares? After
who
all this is over,
cares?
who cares?
Apples or oranges? And you go, yeah. The whole point is that like we need to reconsider fruit. You know what I mean? Like, does fruit even matter? Like those are like we won't be asking the bigger questions, and that's what's frightening. As you see the behavior as as this goes on, you go, oh, it's the same but just digital.
Mm-hmm.
That's there's just unfortunately, I guess it takes more than a pandemic to shift perspective.
I
Anyway,
think things could. Well, I think something will change, but I because I have I have nothing in my life or my parents' life or maybe my grandparents' life to base this off of. I have a hard time predicting anything right now.
no,
It's
but
like
you just
I'm usually I'm usually a know-it-all, and I consider
I mean,
myself a
I'm
know-it-all.
speaking, specifically, really just through this lens of celebrity culture, where you go, oh, that's just going to go
Celebrity,
back to
yeah,
normal.
yeah.
That's
Well, celebrities, like
because
you said, they're
celebrities
trying
during
to.
this crisis are trying to convince you that they're still celebrities, and you go, guys, we no nobody cares right now. Drop it. This whole message, we're all in this together, but we're still celebrities. Don't forget that. Hey, we're all in this together, but just don't forget that, like, we're not though.
Uh-huh.
We're all the same. We're all in this, but like we're a little different, right? Because I'm a celebrity and you're not. That whole thing, man, drives me. You know what would have been cool in that Gal Gadot video
Yeah, I didn't see it, but keep going.
is if like in regular people were included. And you go, oh, I don't know
Yes,
that person. And I'll go, oh, the messages were all the same. The message
like
wasn't we're all the
some
same, where it goes, you're not in this video.
nurses. Yeah.
Gal Gadot invited me. And you go, cool guys. Can we focus on what matters right now? Like ventilators. Like, is this video helping people get ventilators? Then great. I don't think it is, though. I think it serves one purpose. Remember who we are, though. Just
Yeah.
remember, you can't forget that I was on a show.
And unrelated to celebrities, do you think after this all change, after this is all over, if do you think it will change the kind of content that people watch or consume or make?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, uh, more shows with people at a 10-foot distance from each other. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I don't know.
No,
I'm
I
just
think,
wondering.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
But buckle up because it's going to be a crazy 6 months,
That's
or
optimistic, John. That's really optimistic.
8 months.
That's very optimistic.
See you
Uh,
next year.
all right, I'm sad now.
What are you doing? How are you doing? Are you staying in shape?
My
You,
my
you
body
doing
shape.
regular workouts at home?
Hey, I'm moving. I'm moving once in a while.
Have you left your house?
Uh, no, I'm not allowed to, John.
You can go for a walk.
No, it's illegal.
You can go for a walk as long as
That's
you're 6 feet away.
patently illegal right now.
Yeah, well,
I can walk from. See there to the edge of the screen.
You can't leave your room.
I do some circles in this space. I do 5 circles a day.
That's good.
5 circles a day keeps my legs from atrophying, John.
Yeah,
You don't want that atrophy to set in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, a person with a mask just woke by. She probably has it.
Close your windows shut.
Yeah, but they're not sealed, John. They're flimsy windows, you know.
You got to get yourself some foam.
Some foam.
Yeah, some of that like sealant. Seal up your windows.
Foam protects me.
Just stop the airflow.
Should I caulk my windows? Should I caulk them?
Yeah, caulk them.
Caulk them?
Yeah, caulk.
But here's the problem. I need somebody to deliver the caulk to me.
Postmates. Order from Home Depot through Postmates. Yeah. Hey, you still paying rent?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Money's money, dude. Money's no longer.
You're right. We're all going back to gold.
Value has to be reconsidered entirely.
I love the concept of value.
Everything needs to be reconsidered.
That's great. The perfect time to go back and get my MBA.
Your bartering degree.
Yeah. Yeah, my master's.
What if business schools had to start teaching bartering? The art of bartering, which is essentially capitalism in its roots, right? It's just bartering.
Mm-hmm. We're throwing everything out the window.
It is.
What do you have?
Money, physical cash is the silliest thing.
It's the stupidest thing. It's
paper. So we all agreed that this flimsy piece of paper is the thing that we'll trust. You mean the thing that can easily tear and can light on fire? And when it gets wet is ruined. That's the thing that matters.
Yeah, that's what's keeping
unbelievable
this whole thing afloat.
The fact that we haven't changed anything about the way things were since 1800, we've made very minimal changes, and it's showing.
No, what we're really have you ever read the book *Sapiens*?
I don't read, John.
Doesn't matter. The big concept of the book, in my opinion, is they talk about the best things that humans are good at are creating fictions and
100% myth building.
Yeah, exactly. So if this continues going, I guess what's really important is that we keep those myths alive.
That's the whole celebrity thing. It's like, I need you to hold on to, even though I'm filming this from my bedroom, I need you to hold on to that myth of me on stage in wearing sequins surrounded by 1,000 backup dancers. Remember that myth? This isn't reality. Mm-hmm. This tiny bedroom of mine, this isn't reality. This is a fiction. But what's reality was that light show. Remember the light show that you paid $500 to see? That was reality. This is a fiction. This isn't real. God damn it, dude.
But we need that.
Dude, I want torches in the streets.
What? No, you don't. That's something you think you want. You don't want that.
Well, John, clearly you don't. That's why you said that. But
okay,
I don't know.
You want
torches in the streets.
You know what that would mean?
Well, no, it would mean torches in the streets.
Okay, so where are they going? Are they going to break open buildings?
I don't know. That's as far as I got, John. I just like the image of torches in the streets being held by people going, "Gah!"
I think you're feeling
John, you're adding implied violence. There doesn't have to be a violence with torches in the streets. You just start with torches in the streets.
So you just want a fire parade.
Maybe that's what I want, but that's a starting place.
That sounds
pretty. That's where we start.
That'd be a nice
campaigning. If I were campaigning for a position of office, I would say, ladies and gentlemen, torches in the streets.
Clap, applause, applause, applause.
Ah!
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And here we go. And everybody, I think everybody will go, yeah, I feel this guy. I know what he's about. I go,
This
yes,
guy
you do.
gets it.
Torches in the streets, ladies and gentlemen. Get your torch. Put down your gun. Grab a torch. Light it on fire and raise it in the air. And now we can start a conversation.
And then everyone turns on their phones and then live stream this whole thing. Get everybody, make sure those fires light up your face really nicely.
Also, you know what would be nice to re-employ is the idea of a talking stick. It's like it should apply across all platforms: Twitter, Instagram, TV. You can't talk until you have the talking stick, and somebody has to pass it to you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tweet until somebody gives you the talking stick, and then you could tweet. You know, that God, how much nicer would things be?
So much nicer.
In other news, the Olympics are canceled.
Yep. Olympics, any major festival, I think right now are canceled.
Except in Arkansas.
Except for my birthday. What?
Except in Arkansas and Georgia, where the beaches are open.
They are?
Yeah, the beaches are, the mayor or governor, whichever is the higher office, open the beaches in Georgia. You know, cause.
Yeah, we need a
Jaws. Got our beaches.
We need to have a Jaws like shark.
Dude, I watched a great shark movie last night.
What movie?
It's called 47 Meters Down, Uncaged.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Why have you heard of that? It's a movie nobody should ever have heard of.
I think
it's
I remember
the sequel to 47 Meters Down, which already is a movie you should never have heard of.
Okay, never mind. I've heard of the original. Go ahead.
Why did you think you heard of that movie?
I thought maybe it was just the full name of the movie.
It is the full name of the movie.
47 but I didn't. I thought you were referring to the first one, 47 Meters Down.
What? So you've seen that one?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Well, but I like shark movies. What does it mean to have heard of a movie and not seen it?
You know, I heard of the Gal Gadot video. I just never saw it.
No, you're missing out because celebrities.
Right.
Because, John, I can't have you forgetting who James Marsden is. John, if you forgot who James Marsden is, this whole world would collapse into like a dying star. John,
I remember he was very
James
handsome.
Marsden needs you to know that he's James Marsden.
Killer name already.
It's a great name. It is a top-notch movie name. Really, really. Actually, you're right. Actually, the lesson is we really do need to remember who James Marsden is. Yeah. If there's any lesson we learn after this whole thing is, remember who James Marsden is.
And his last name has a planet in it.
Fucking forget. He was in.
I just remember he was handsome. I had no idea what he was in.
That's weird, right? That we know who he is, but we can't name a fucking thing he's been in. He was in the X-Men movies. He was Cyclops.
Oh, yes. The original
X-Men
movie.
I can't speak ill on anybody at this point in time specifically. I can speak generally ill.
Yeah.
But I don't want to speak specifically ill.
He's in Hairspray.
What?
He was Corny Collins.
Oh, yeah. Movie. Oh, yeah. Because, dude, check it out. And that Gal Gadot
he was in Sonic.
Gal Gadot video he's going for, man. He's got some pipes. He wants you to know he's got pipes. I think that's also part of the video is celebrities want you to know they got pipes. These celebrities want you to know
talents.
They got the pipes.
They're brushing up their special talents.
Okay, James Marsden. Remember that meme? I see you. I see you, James.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I knew it was the. You saw the Super Bowl, right?
Of course.
Did you see the Super Bowl commercial? The last great sporting event that we will ever experience. But did you see the commercial with who's the lead guy in Breaking Bad?
James Marsden.
No.
Yes, the Bryan Cranston impression. Yeah, Jack Torrance impression.
Why did he?
Money, John. Monies.
Oh wait, my doorbell just rang.
Don't answer it.
Why did somebody just come to my door?
Chaos, John. Torches in the streets.
You spoke it into being.
Of course.
Damn it. Now I'm scared.
Well, that sounds about right. That's that's about par for the course right now.
Oh well. See ya.
If you were completely at peace right now, I'd be disturbed.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous at all times these days. But it's making me very productive.
Really?
I've cleaned my room is the cleanest it's ever been. I found
Oh.
these glasses.
Is it comforting or disturbing to know that my room's about the same?
I think you were better prepared than most for this pandemic.
How's that?
I think you're very just good at social isolation.
It's my natural inclination.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that's fair.
People are like, don't get 6 feet. Don't come within
There
6
you go.
feet.
That's fine. I'm good.
Is that all?
And actually, the mandate was at 6 feet. I go, oh, I can get a little closer.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to
6
get a little
feet.
closer.
What am I trying to? I'm not trying to make out with them.
Yeah, you go. Oh, I didn't know you could get that close to people. 6 feet.
Ooh. 6 feet.
That's getting a little handsy there.
It's a party.
That is a party, dude. How fun? Well, how legal would it be right now to throw a party where everyone's just got like a 6-foot like ruler?
Pole.
Yeah,
It's like a
we're
grid.
still in the same room together, but everybody's just hanging out 6 feet with masks on.
Oh my
I guess,
God, that's a great idea. We should.
well,
we
it's a
should.
bubble boy party.
Yes, we should patent something that is essentially a ring that you tie around your hip that has 4 poles connected to it, like front, back, right, and left. And then everybody
Might as well
buys
just
one.
make the bubble,
connect the
right?
pole.
Just make a bubble though. A 6
Yeah, I
foot bubble.
guess.
Like we shall be in 6 foot or 3 foot radius hamster balls.
A bubble boy party would be really fun, actually.
A hamster ball party would be. Or what? They're those orb things that you bounce down hills in.
Yeah. But you can't really socialize in those.
Sure,
Like
you
the
can. You
bubble, at
bounce
least the
into each
bubble.
other. Isn't that you just bounce into each other and you fall down
Oh, yeah.
hills? I can't think of a better time.
Actually, that is still a really good idea. How much do those things cost? Like $40?
Money's out the window, John. Anything's up for bartering now.
How many masks
Find a guy
do those things?
You trade him some toilet paper for a bubble.
How many bags of granola for one of those things? Like 15?
I don't know. Bananas are going hot though. Are hot right now.
Oh, yeah?
Bananas are really hot right now. They're hard to get.
Why?
I don't know. It's toilet paper and bananas. Can't get them.
Are you all out?
Bananas. It's really just anything with a high sugar content is
Like toilet paper?
hoarded. Like toilet paper.
Yeah. How are you doing on toilet paper? You got plenty?
I don't poop very often, John. And when I do, 1 sheet.
Dear God.
John, I have a very clean export.
Oh.
There's not a lot of residue. 1 sheet.
Must be all that coconut oil.
I don't use a lot of coconut oil. It's hard on my liver.
Oh, I didn't know that. Never mind. I apologize.
I used to make this god awful salad dressing back when I was really mistakenly health conscious of coconut oil and apple cider vinegar. Oh, it makes me gag now.
That
thought of it.
sounds.
What?
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, but websites said it was good.
Yeah. No one you don't
Websites,
trust.
John. I remember when websites ran my life.
Burn it down.
Mhm.
Like Angel Fire websites or GeoCities.
No.
What happened to GeoCities?
A lot of things, John.
Those are the good old days. With my Dragon Ball Z website that I made in middle school.
Dude, I do remember the first. Me and my buddies made a website once. Man, that's all I remember, and it was fun.
What was on it?
It was like I like high school gossip. It was like a trash like Hollywood Reporter for high school.
You made the
And
first Facebook.
what?
That was the first Facebook.
I mean, nobody looked at it except for me and my like two friends. So no. But it was still fun to make. Yeah, the digital frontier those days. It was
Oh,
fun
yeah.
exploring the digital frontier for the first time. Like
Wild Wild West.
making the first, like, me and my buddy said we're the first people with like video editing software, and so we were making videos before nobody was. And we had a website. Yeah.
Was the gold rush before the Great Depression? Or after?
Yes. Of course. The Great Depression was like what, the 20s?
So it's the same
Gold
thing.
Rush
The
was like
gold rush,
1840s.
there was the internet gold rush, and then here we are in the next Great Depression.
No, wait. Depression was the 40s, right? God damn it.
I think it was the
History
20s. I think it was the
continues to be my worst subject. I couldn't tell
I think
you.
it was the 20s after the Spanish flu in 1918.
It's not sure. I couldn't dispute your facts or knowledge.
Yeah.
So the idea of remembering arbitrary dates, I still can't wrap my head around it.
I was never good at remembering dates. I hated those.
I think probably because there's intrinsically no value to it.
I disagree.
No, like the idea of something happened, like learning from your past, history has value. But the fact that, no, it was 1918 and not 1920, no value.
Well, we just proved that there was value in knowing when it happened.
No, there's not. We still, what?
I think there is value in knowing when it happened because I'm saying, okay, the gold rush happened.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's like a correlation between these sort of influxes in history and like what to expect next. Like there was the gold rush, and then there was the depression 20 years later.
Then there was the iPhone. See, it doesn't add up.
You just skipped about 100 years, but
no, but nothing.
Man, my hair's getting long. I've got this cowlick coming out.
Anyway, the point is I hated history and I was bad at it.
Yeah. That's the thesis for today. History's dates.
Every once in a while, I have to remind myself when the world wars were. And I remember them for a month or two, and then I forget again, and I have to go. I can never internalize it. Here, let's take our best guess. World War I. I'm gonna be wrong. I know it. Ballpark 1918 and 1922.
I'm looking it up.
I think it was something. Something was then. I think.
World War I was 1914 to 1918.
Okay, see, I'm 4 years off. That slipped over the past few months. World War II, 44 to 48.
What'd you say?
That's too long. I'm going to say 43 to 45.
Close. 39 to 45.
Okay, see, I'm keep slipping. I'm off by about 5 years. Was Korean War before Vietnam, right? Korean War was Vietnam 60s, so Korean War 50s.
You got to give me a date range, buddy.
Jesus, I'm Korean War 52.
Give me a range.
I don't know, 1950 to 1960.
You were closer. It was 1950 to 1953.
Okay, and then Vietnam is the 60s. 62 to 60. No, it's later in the 60s, isn't it? 62 to 68. No, I mean it's obviously shorter than that. That's the range I'm giving though. 66, right?
Vietnam War was 55 to 75.
It was that long?
Yeah.
The Vietnam it wasn't 20 years.
I mean,
Vietnam War was
maybe
20
maybe
years?
the United States wasn't involved throughout the whole thing, but
How long? Vietnam War. 20 years. And since there was no declaration of the war, exact dates are sketchy. Okay. We'll see U.S. involvement.
no wonder there's so many movies about it.
U.S. involvement.
So these are why dates are important.
Okay, well, 1964 is when the U.S. First glance got involved. 2 supposed incidents, Gulf Tonkin, led Johnson to direct U.S. involvement in Vietnam, 64. So that's why it's primarily remembered as the 60s for us. When did it end?
Did the war in Afghanistan
75.
have an end date?
What's that?
Did the war in Afghanistan have an end date? No.
No. Well, no, because the enemy in Afghanistan was pretty vague to begin with, right? We didn't even know why we got involved. I don't remember. But we're skipping, dude. We're skipping Desert Storm, which I do remember because I was in grade school. So like 92.
Looking it up.
1990 to 91. Yup. Okay. Ballpark there.
Wait, where was Desert Storm?
Oh, I'm going to say without looking up. No, I don't know. Some desert somewhere. Shit. It wasn't Iran. Was it Desert Storm between Iraq and yeah, it was Iraq. Saudi Arabia operation was a war against Iraq, and
I think my dad was in Bosnia during that time.
And then the war against the DC cinematic universe began.
The Infinity War. Yeah. When did that start?
I don't care. Who cares?
We just gotta take it day by day.